remain a mirage unless women no longer suffer from daily fear or barriers to opportunity, and when they are no longer victims of exclusion and prejudice. And this change must begin with the girl child. So the program to educate and support the girl child in India is one that is closest to my heart. We will ensure that they can go to school and also that they can attend in safety and dignity. Today, the digital age has created opportunities beyond imagination, but digital divide can expand disparities. On the other hand, digital connectivity and smartphone have created a revolution of possibilities to educate, deliver service, and extend development. This is the most exciting change in our era. Our digital India will create a participative, transparent, and a responsive government connected to the citizens. And we have launched a digital literacy mission to connect each of our 600,000 villages. The link between habit and fulfillment of human potential is deep and strong. So the highest priority for my government is to provide a roof over every head, power in every house, sanitation and clean water within everyone's reach, a hope for every child to survive, and a chance to every new mother to love her child. It also means clean rivers, air that we can breathe, and forests filled with the sound of birds. To achieve these goals, we need not just policies and resources, but even more the power of science. For us, science is driven by the larger purpose of human development and for a safe, sustainable, prosperous future for India. Science also unites people across borders in shared purpose. And when we share its fruits with those who do not have it, we connect lives and make our world a better place. India never forgets the help we have received in our early year. Today, we are fulfilling our responsibility to others. Therefore, science is a key priority of India's international engagement. Culture is a sublime expression of people and the foundation of a society. UNESCO's initiatives to preserve the world's cultural heritage, including in India, are inspiring. We see India's rich and diverse cultural heritage as humanity's wealth. And we will do everything to preserve it for future generations. We have launched Heritage Development and Augmentation Yojana Hriday, or Heart in Hindi, to preserve the cultural heritage of our cities. We have started a special scheme called Prasad, or offering pilgrimage, rejuvenation and spirituality augmentation drive for rejuvenation of our pilgrimage centers. Madam Chairman, I speak of our vision and initiatives because in our own aspirations and efforts, we see the value of UNESCO to our world with great clarity. In the challenges of our times, we see its purpose with a sense of urgency. The fault lines in our world are shifting from the boundaries of nations into the web of our societies and the streets of our cities. The threats are changing from domination by states to destruction by groups. We fight today not only over what we claim, but also for who we are. And in many parts of the world, culture remains a source of conflict. We have access to communication at the click of a mouse. We live in a world of information, yet we know that familiarity does not always lead to fraternity or reduce prejudice. When Ebola threatens an entire region, the fury of unseasonal storms destroys crops and lives, and disease still defeat our most courageous fight. We understand how fragile we are. When we see people living at the edge of existence, children shut out of classrooms, and nations without the human resources to shoulder the responsibility of progress, we know that we still have a long way to go. To be sure, our world has made incredible progress over 7 decades. So our progress should inspire us to meet our challenges. UNESCO can play a vital role in addressing them. Culture must connect, not divide our world. It should be a bridge to greater respect and understanding between people. It should join nations in peace and harmony. Across India's neighborhood, Asia and Indian Ocean, we are retracing our cultural connections to form a closer bond of friendship in this dynamic region. We must turn deep into our cultures, traditions, and religions to overcome the rising tide of extremism, violence, and divisions across the world. We must intensify exchanges between the youth of the world to show the seeds of a more peaceful world. Cultures also hold great wealth of traditional knowledge. Societies across the world have evolved them to wisdom gathered over the ages, and they hold the secret to economic efficiency and environment-friendly solution to many of our problems. But today, they are at risk of existence in our globalized world. So we must here make more effort to revive, preserve, and nurture traditional knowledge. This all will redefine a fundamental truth about human civilization. As our cultures are diverse, knowledge has many sources. In doing so, we will give ourselves a greater chance to meet our challenges. We must do more to harness science for human welfare in some of the most vulnerable parts of the world, especially for health and food security. Climate change is a pressing global challenge, and it calls for a collective human action and a comprehensive response. We must draw upon our entire wealth of wisdom, the strength of every institution, all possibilities of innovation, and the power of science. In India, faith and nature have had a deep link since ancient times. For us, the only path of prosperity is the sustainable one. We make this choice with the natural instincts of our culture and tradition. But we also do this with a commitment to our future. We have, for example, set a target of adding 175,000 megawatt of clean renewable energy in the next 7 years. Too often, our discussion is reduced to an argument about emission cuts. But we are more likely to succeed if we offer affordable solution, not simply imposes choices. That is why I have called for global public action to develop clean energy that is affordable and accessible to all. And it is for the same reason that I call for a change in lifestyle. Because the emission reduction that we seek will be the natural outcome of how we live. And it will also mean a different path to economic well-being. It is with this vision that I had called the United Nations General Assembly last September to declare June 21st as the International Day of Yoga. Yoga awakens a sense of oneness and harmony with self, society, and nature.